Oh my god, my glasses are so dirty. God damn. Hi. My glasses are so dirty. Okay, I think I'm alone again. God damn, that was rough. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. Alright, let's do this. Hi, hello, what's Gucci, what's popping? It's your girl Dréa. Oh my god, do I look so happy today? God damn, I went to bed sad. Hey, well, before we start, like and subscribe. Welcome back to In My Head's show. God damn, I forget to do all this shit because I'm trying to get straight to this because I'm just not. Do you see the joy in my face? It's almost there, okay? Very sorry for the dry ass lips last week. Apparently, I don't know what chapstick is or like what freaking Aquaphor is. Yo, shout out to Aquaphor. You're not the best. I have to say, I use Yucca and you're not the best on it. I'm just trying to finish my product, but you're not really the best. I need some good 100% on Yucca, y'all. I went to bed sad and I woke up sad. Because of that, you're gonna like and subscribe. Thank you. Continuing. Where the is my water bottle? I knew I forgot something. God damn. I'm pissed, but I wanna channel. I wanna get that out of me, and I wanna. What was that? Are we doing like a hip hop routine? My goodness. But at least outside is nice. Outside is so nice, and I mean it's red, it's orange. The leaves are falling. Fall is here, y'all, and we are so back. Nothing can express how pissed I am that, like, as you guys know, we've spoken about in previous episode. Unfortunately, well, no, fortunately, should I say, unfortunately, because it's fucking up, but I'm a survivor of CSA, aka childhood sexual abuse, and I made a whole video about it. It was great. We got to talk about it. It was not heavy. It wasn't anything crazy, but y'all know that at the end of the day, I gotta deal with regarding this all the time. Okay, I'm so pissed. I am so upset because it's really difficult to have just a normal life, apparently, when you have all like the way everything that is a problem or an issue in my life is related to this unfortunate event that happened to me is pissing me off, because without that I could have possibly be better mentally, and I'm just like I'm upset because I'm here, I'm doing the work, I'm working on facing the demons, facing all that bullshit that has to do with healing, and it took one idiot who just couldn't do the work to my whole shit up. If only people were to just take accountability and do some thinking and do some self-reflection, accountability, self-awareness, some would say. I'm self-aware, okay? I've had plenty, if not enough, situations in my life to make me a human, yet I still choose every day. I still choose to be nice to myself, to others, because that's just the right thing. Love is the answer to everything, and I shall abide by that, okay? Plus, I'm gonna use some tough love today to all the up people out there that are up other people. We need to sit down together, and I'm not gonna hold your hand when I'm gonna tell you this that, like, you gotta fix yourself. If you're listening to this, you're probably somebody who is healing and working on themselves, so you can relate to what I'm feeling today. The feeling that I could have more control of my life and of myself and of my brain and like eventually I will. And personally, I think I'm doing a pretty good job for considering the amount of bullshit that has happened to me in my life. Which, shout out to me, God's strongest shoulders, strongest shoulders, God's strongest soldiers. Why is this so difficult? Les soldats de Dieu. Tu vois, les soldats de Dieu, wow. So much easier. Les soldats de Dieu les plus forts. Hein? Oh, wow. It comes out so nicely. God's strongest soldiers. So stupid. English pisses me off too. I'm pissed off at so many things, and this is why we're here. And yes, I'm gonna laugh through the pain, because what else am I supposed to do? What else am I supposed to do than to laugh and to be grateful that I'm still here, feeling this beautiful wind, looking at the beautiful trees, this beautiful tree right there, this plant right there. Like I get to have a voice. I'm gonna laugh through the pain, but it really pisses me off that, like, you know, eventually, obviously, hurt people. We've had this conversation. To the diddlers, to the PDF files, to the pedos. Majority, if not all, are people that were once victims, and they're just continuing the gift of giving. That ain't a gift. How come I, victim, don't feel like giving the gift of giving? I don't understand. Where, and of course, most of them are men, okay? But there's obviously women, okay? There are women diddlers, and that's another thing that pisses me off too. The women diddlers out there. And unfortunately, society that's gonna make boys think that, like, it's fucking cool to be touched by an older woman. It ain't cool. Having your first sexual experience at 10 from a lady that's, or like either a teen or a lady that's like well over an adult. That ain't cool. That's why you're cheating today. That's why you're a big cheater. Either you cheat, either you cheat, you hit, or you're another one like me, who cannot comprehend how people are still choosing to, like, hurt people because they're hurting. Why are we doing that? Not we. Why are y'all doing that? I'm not doing that. I cannot comprehend that. I don't understand. So it's like, oh, I look around and I find no sense for any of this. And now I'm here today. Went to bed like feeling like, waking up feeling like, because my mind be doing to me that I can't enjoy the simple pleasures of life. And I need I need justice today. My justice is obviously like a well life lived. That's how you speak. Obviously, a good revenge is a life well lived, and that's all I can do. And obviously, speaking out for the bullshit that I see in the today of this world. So yeah, no, I have no problem putting the pedos and the cheaters together, because y'all both have issues that are hurting other people, and it's time to look at yourself and say, what's wrong with me? How come I can't stop cheating? How come I come across beautiful people who are such great people, and all I choose to do is to be an energy vampire, drain the life out of them, and then just dump them away, and then cheat, and then just start another relationship like that? How come I can't stop being a serial cheater? How come I can't just keep my wee wee or coochie in just one place? Why can't I do that? And then to the pedos, why can't I? I'm not gonna go into that. That's gross. Y'all know what the is wrong with you. Fix your shit. There's no reason that I should be about to be 30 next year. I can't even like do basic shit, because forever and always there's this bullshit in the back of my head. Because one person, well, I mean one of many, okay, because unfortunately for me, I was not that lucky. It didn't just happen with just one person. It wasn't just one thing, okay? But even with all of that, I'm not out there doing that shit back to other people. So I am not wondering what's the difference. What is the difference between me, somebody who was a victim of plenty of bullshit, somebody trying to kill me, grape, like I said, CSA, somebody, I said somebody trying to kill me. But you know what I mean, like me who's had plenty of, I went to the mental hospital, I was in the psych ward for a bit, you know, me who's had plenty of happen, and I'm still here, loving, caring, considerate, self-reflective, that bitch. Like, how come? What's the difference? And I wonder, I truly wonder, and when I have the answer, I shall share, because sharing is caring. And I believe that it would be the best thing for everybody if I were able to provide the answer to people. But the one thing I did was self-awareness, realizing that I'm doing things that are not just hurting me, they're hurting other people, and that's not good. And I don't want to do that. That is the first step. And guess what? Apparently, very hard to do. Very hard to do, apparently. The cheaters just cheating, you know. Oh wow, every relationship you had to cheat to get a new one. Yikes. No part of you is wondering, why can't I just be myself? Why can't I just be myself and it's enough? Why do I feel like that's the case? Why do I feel like I need to manipulate and control and lie? Why do I do that? You see, it's not really that difficult. And if you're a hater who's coming across this, who are the cheater, who is the PDF file, or is just another shitty person that's hurting other people because you're hurting, why not take a second to say, why do I do that? And then think. And then keep asking why. You know, because that's how you get to the root of something, is by keep asking the questions. Okay, we're gonna do a class exercise. Example. Oh, easy example for myself. Okay, there was a time that I used to lie all the time. Okay, I used to lie so much all the time. Lying was my favorite thing to do. Okay, and then there was a point where, hi guys, beautiful people of the hi. Okay, this was so beautiful. Love crow supremacy. There was a time when I used to lie all the time. Oh my god, lying was like the best way to just go through things. And I had to ask myself at some point, why do I lie? Why do I lie for no reason? Dude, you could ask me you could literally ask me like if I saw something, like if something was blue, and I would say like I'm pretty sure I thought it was pink, like and I know it was blue, but like why lie? So then I had to sit down with myself, because I was like, lying is not good, and I don't like that I lie, and I don't want to keep doing that. So like what can I do to stop doing that, you know? And so I had to sit down with myself and ask myself, where does this come from? And guess what? It comes from having to lie to survive an African parent. Okay, and so many people can relate to that. How many of y'all? You can even not be African. You can be white. You can be anything that you are. Okay, you just have a strict parent. Okay, or overbearing strict parent, and you have to lie to just survive with them, you know. If you want to just go out with friends, but you have to like lie, because if you tell them exactly where you're going, they're gonna like have a certain reaction, and you don't want to deal with that. And that's called adapting for survival. All right, now bringing it back to today. Okay, well, when I was dealing with that, bringing it back to when I was dealing with that, it's one of those things that like I had to look around and be like, am I in a situation of survival? Do I still need to do this? Do I still need this defense mechanism? Do I still need it? Do I still need it to survive? I don't. And I had to be like, I'm not 10. or 15 anymore, living under my parents' roof and just wanting to have a life, but because they were so strict and overbearing that like I had to lie to like get out of I had to sneak away, being sneaky, being manipulate situations a bit to survive that situation. Like I had to at some point just sit down with myself and be like, you don't gotta do that shit no more. You don't have to do that shit no more. I had to really say to myself, you don't have to lie anymore out of survival, because you're not surviving anymore, and not only that, at that point I was having open conversations with my parents, and I was healing my relationship with them. It's like, and I didn't have to lie to them anymore anyway as well. So it was like, what was the point to keep that yucky defense mechanism when it's not needed? And to that, I can relate that to cheaters or narcissistic people. They've had to create a shell, to protect or to change who they were out of self-hatred, because narcissism is out of self-hatred. Ain't nobody that loves themselves that's gonna make you feel like shit, or that's gonna try to manipulate you to make you feel like shit. And when you read about narcissism, it comes from self-hatred, and you understand that you should feel pity for those people, because at the end of the day, they hate themselves so much that they have to create a false personality to feel like they're valuable to others around them, to feel like they have superiority, or to feel like they have importance for external validation, because they don't have the validation within. And that to me is a very sad experience. It's a sad life. You feel that shitty about yourself that you have to, like, first of all, not be yourself. Oh my God, you're like, you could be the cutest, sweetest person ever, but like, you think that person who is who you are at the core is not good enough. So like, you've created this, yeah, I'm cool, or narcissistic people always need to show off and always need to show others. They always, look at me. Narcissistic people are always, look at me, look at me, look at me. Sorry, I didn't want to get tangled in my mic, but it's always like a look at me. It's a look at me all the time. Me. Everything revolves around me, because I'm important, because I don't feel that inside. It's almost like the dog in Big Mouth, who is self-aware. He's like barking. He starts barking. Ruff, 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 ruff. Sad within, because I don't have an existence. Like, that's narcissistic people. That's seriously how they are. So it's like, why can't narcissistic people take a moment to sit down and say, why do I hate me? Why did I need to create a false personality, or what I think people will validate and think is important and think is worthwhile to respect, because who I truly am didn't get that, so I don't think that that's valuable. Like, if they were to just take a little moment to do that, oh my God, wouldn't that be great? Because then they would just have to sit down with themselves as an adult and be like, guess what, Timmy, who didn't get the love back because when they were truly the sweetest, generous, and they just had to meet people that just didn't value that, so they made you feel miserable, they made you feel small, they made you feel like Timmy was not important and was not worth getting the love and respect that Timmy should have gotten just by being sweet. You're an adult. You should be able to say, yeah, Timmy should have gotten that love, and those people were just shitty. Those people were just not equipped to appreciate and value the largitude is not a word, I am aware, shut up, the largitude of how great you are and how valuable you are and how important and needed you are by simply being a good, sweet boy. How about that? Wouldn't that feel nice? But it takes self-reflection, it takes accountability, it takes self-awareness, and it takes acceptance. Acceptance that you're shitty is tough, Accepting that you're shitty is tough. But let me take your hand, okay? We're gonna hold hands. We're gonna hold hands together. The reason why you have to manipulate and control other people or lie and cheat is because you don't feel like your true person is worth loving just as you are. And guess what? You are. And you don't need to lie, cheat, manipulate, control. If you were to just be yourself, there's people who will appreciate and love everything that you are. You don't have to show your dick off by trying to show how many women you can get. You don't gotta do that. You also don't have to shake your titties or shake that coochie in the air so somebody will see that what's inside is worthwhile. Okay, letting go of the hand, because yuck. Go wash your hands. I know they've been touching yucky people. No, but I love you. But you know what I mean? Like, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't that be nice? I'm starting to feel better. I'm starting to feel better because I have to sit with self-compassion. Wow. For compassion for people who hurt others in this world, I have to just, again, I'm a being of love, and I will show you what it means to be a being of love. That man that f***ed my shit up, okay? That disgusting man who not only my shit up, I know he the shit up of his own kids, okay? Oh my god, like, how sad is it that I have, not gonna talk about their business, okay, because that's too close, okay? But there's people in my life that I could still have a relationship with them if their mind didn't go to because their father was a weirdo to them as well, which made them also abuse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's even that man, I can sit and say that, you know what, that man was once a boy who went through that shit, and it's very sad because he was not equipped to be one of God's strongest soldiers. You see how I can speak again? You see how I stumbled at the beginning of this because I was upset and sad, and now I can speak properly? Wow, evolution. But even him, you know, I have to be like, you know what? Yo, I saw that come. I thought that was a bird flying from afar, but it was a big ass bug that came to attack me. My God. Even him, I have why do I keep saying self-compassion? Because I'm reading a lot to work on my self-compassion, guys. And just like my crazy ex that tried to kill me, I know he ain't well. That man is fighting a different demon. That man is fighting gay demons, and till this day, I hope he dealt with that shit, because wow, a lot of them niggas that are hitting women are because they're fighting gay demons. Stop doing that. Just say that you're gay and accept it, and just live your life and that's another, fix yourself instead of hurting other people. And I hope this video is helping you take down just time to sit, you know. And if you're somebody who isn't even doing any of that and my video is helping because you're just realizing that there's still things you can work on yourself, and that it's okay, you know, it's okay not to be the best. Oh my God, you guys, there's a group of babies. They're walking in groups. Oh my goodness, y'all, I don't want any kids of my own, but babies and kids are just the loveliest. And oh my god, I'm gonna cry. This is so sad. That's what makes this whole thing even more fucked up. It's like, I look at tiny little cute things, the tiny cute things of this world, and to think that I was once one of them, and that somebody just thought it was so fun to be a grown man and find pleasure through kids, you know. Like, it really fucks me up, man. It really fucks me up. Because then I look at little tiny babies, and I look at tiny kids who are so happy, and they're so like full of joy and full of life, and it's just like, man, some people are sickos. Goddamn, I was laughing and having fun 2 seconds ago, and then I had to see this group of little babies and kids walking by, because they're at daycare, because their parents gotta be home, gotta be working, and to think that like there's possibly like 1 or 2 in that group that's like possibly going through the shit that I've gone through. It's just, shit is so fucking sad. I gotta sing through the sadness sometimes. I gotta sing through the sadness sometimes, because the world is sad, but the world is nice when you choose to see the nice. Ooh, 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 other kids are happy. Ooh, 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 not everybody. Ooh, ooh, has it sad like me. And it's okay, because it's not sad anymore, because I'm getting over it, because ooh, this is called self-soothing, guys. Fuck. But yeah, goddamn, I can't even look at you guys. I'm not feeling any sorts of embarrassment, because vulnerability is beautiful, but wow. Okay, continuing. Shit, goddamn. I needed this episode a lot because I didn't want to sit with it in my head. I didn't want to sit with it in my heart. And I know that there's other people like me, possibly in my life, who maybe haven't shared that they have gone through similar things that I have. And I think about, I don't know. Sorry, guys, I know I was in the middle of a sentence, and then I just started thinking about, like, I don't know, just life. And at the end of the day, it's like, I know I'm triumphing like, most than majority of people, because at least I can talk about it. I can sit with my feeling. I can do the digging, you know. I can figure it out. But yeah, shit, that was that was sad. But yeah, I hope this video helped somebody. And if you, I feel like so much happened. Wow, did I go through like 4 lives throughout one episode? But this is why I love this because at least I get to put it out there and somebody can enjoy it. Somebody can enjoy it. No, for real, to just close this section before quiz of the day is the quiz of the day. Is the quiz of the day. Before we get to quiz of the day, I do want to say, take your time. It comes and goes, okay? It's just like waves. Healing is not linear. We know it comes in cycle. And be kind to yourself. Be patient. If you're able to talk about it, if you're able to laugh about it, if you're able to be there to support other people going through things that you've gone through, and still hold a space of love majority of the time, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. And you be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and understand that it'll pass. It'll pass. And the more you sit with yourself, you do your self-reflection, and you do what you gotta do to get through the day and still be a kind and good person, then do it up. Okay, that made no sense what I just said, but it's all right. I feel like I feel like words came out of my mouth not making sense. All I want to say is, hey, you want a hug? I just wanted to hug you and say that you're a little high five. Also a little. And if you garden after feeling all your emotions and doing some sitting, you are allowed to reward yourself, because we don't garden to cover our emotions. We garden because it's fun and it feels nice. Okay, So instead of gardening while you feel the sadness, you sit in that sadness, you sit in that anger, and you try to dig and dig and dig and dig, and then you feel your emotions, and then you get to a point, and then you're like, you know what, this was great, we should celebrate. And then you cleanse your soul. You talk to your device, whatever you're using to garden, and you tell them while you're putting your little spices, you gonna say cleanse my soul, bitch. Cleanse my soul. Are you done? People are working outside. I hope you oh my god, it sounds like probably gunshots, but it's just people working outside, and they're making so much noise. So with that being said, we're gonna do our quiz of the day. Is the quiz of the day. Quiz of the day is the quiz of the day. Quiz of the day. Quiz. Okay, I'm gonna put myself on the side, as you know, that's what we do, and we gonna start. Which character from Wednesday are you? I'm watching / semi-watching with my man who loves Wednesday, and we're gonna be able to just shout out to him. Hey, you know what, but before we even do the quiz of the day, shout out to the partners of people who are survivors of very intense trauma. Shout out to the partners who take their time, who are patient, who will help you get in the shower when time is rough and you just gotta, and who will, rub your back while you cry for 3 hours, who will listen to you ramble while you're trying to figure out your thoughts, who will provide a supportive ear, who are also able to I don't know, man, who are able to love you through everything. Shout out to the partners who are I can't even express how much I love my man, because wow, shout out to you truly, because that's being in a healthy relationship when you've only had trauma and bullshit and fuckery come your way is gonna make it even more intense to figure out more shit, because more shit is gonna come flooding up because you're in a safe space, and that person is gonna be able to support you through that. And if they are, because I know they are, shout out to them. Marry that bitch, okay? Marry that bitch. For real. And I love you so much. You're so great. You're literally like love of my life. Thank you for helping, healing me, and all of that shit. Like, I mean, you know how much I love you. All right, quiz of the day. It's not the third time that we're trying to figure out a quiz that is good enough, and my battery is not gonna die at all. Let's do this. All right, today quiz of the day. Which Wednesday character are you? Question 1. If you could pick any special ability, what would it be? Psychic powers to explore the past and glimpse the future, the ability to shapeshift into anything I want, the power to transform people into solid stone, to control people's action using sound waves. I mean, I'm a psychic myself, so I will say psychic. What's your favorite type of weather? Stormy, cold, rainy, sunny and warm, loads of snow, mysterious and fog. Okay, this is really hard to say. I mean, I love sunny and warm, but I love me a good, mysterious, foggy day. It just makes me feel something inside. Question 3. If you could have one important role at school, what would it be? Captain of the fencing team. I love playing sport in the all-white outfit. King or queen of the dark prom. Obviously, I'm the most popular person in school. Yuck. Bringing spirit back from the dead as president of the Seance Society. I'm not bothered about having... hello? I'm not that bothered about having an important role at school. I just want to get in and out. High-key, low-key, high-key the last one. Low-key, high-key the last one. Low-key, high-key the last one. Okay. What kind of music do you enjoy listening to? Blues and rock, country and folk, classic and jazz, pop and alternative. Okay, so none of them, because I like jazz, but like classical could live without it, and then pop and alternative No. So I'll take classical and jazz because jazz. Okay. Question 5. Why would you be expelled from school? Turning the tables on the bullies and going a little too far? High key. Being rude to the head teacher? High key. Failing all my exam, kidnapping, being rude to the head teacher? Definitely. What group would you be part of at Nevermore Academy? Fangs, they're the vampires of the school. They don't age, so many of them have been at the school for decades. Yuck. Furs, they're the werewolf of the school. They typically love to owl during the full moon. Scales, they're the sirens of the school. The mermaid and merman, they have the ability to control people with a siren song. The gorgons, they have snakes for hair. To be honest, I'll have to be scales because it's the niggas. Duh. What are your thoughts on social media? Absolutely love it. It's a soul-sucking void that's absolutely not worth having. I think it's somewhere in between. I think it's a good in between of that. Question 8. How do you prefer to express yourself? Dancing with my music blaring, creating art, playing an instrument, quietly recording my thoughts in my journal. Ooh. I mean, I'm definitely in my thoughts girl, turning more into creating art. Which scent of hand lotion do you prefer? Bergamot and neroli. Rose. I'm a big bergamot bitch. Rose, lavender, coconut. Oh, I'll say bergamot. Question 10. If you could have a slightly unusual pet, what would it be? A spider, a scorpion, a snake, a wolf. A snake. I love snake. See my results. Okay. I can't see what it says, so like you guys can see first. I would love who do I not want I don't want to be that creepy bitch. Okay, it's second season, the little creepy ass bitch, that little ginger creepy girl, invisible girl. I don't want to be her. I do not want to be her. No offense to Enid. I just, okay, who am I? I'm Thing. Actually, I'm happy with that. Thing, aka Thing. You're just like Thing. You're very handy. Never afraid to knuckle down when there's work to be done. Despite packing a punch, your efforts sometimes go unnoticed. Ouch, but very true. But you would rather avoid sticking out like a sore thumb anyway. Sure. In any case, there's something special about you, even if it's hard to put a finger on it. You know what? I'm okay with that. And you know what? Slightly accurate. I love it. Shout out. Loved it. Oh my God, what a roller coaster of emotions. But I'm so happy that I came to speak. And I'm really happy I decided to follow the mood and not the plan, and to use my anger to transmute it. And look, now the sun is shining. Very strange. As soon as I started feeling better, the sun was shining outside. So I ain't gonna say that I'm a witch, but if the shoe fits, and it does, and I have so many pairs of them, not gonna lie. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, if you're at the end, shout out. You're special and I love you. And I know that you're working hard on your journey of working on yourself and of, finding ways to be a better person to yourself and to others. And y'all know what the first key to that is. Self-awareness. 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 I feel like a showgirl. Self-awareness is the key to being a good person to yourself and others. Thank you so much, people, for watching and listening today. And okay, have a good day. I love you. Okay, bye.